What is up guys, Kane here, and in this video we're going to talk a little about Drake. Now, the first Drake that most players are going to experience, it will be a bit different in the case of not having all of these rewards as shown here, and also not having specific buildings which will give you buffs and all that kind of stuff such as shown here. The buffs can be in a variety of research, tech rush, more honor, more experience for your heroes, and also increasing hero attributes as well. So the first Drake is acting still like a beginner type thing to teach you the ropes or that kind of stuff. And after that, after your account is, or rather server, is about 9 months old, 9.5, somewhere around that, you enter like the usual place where majority of the servers are, and some events such as this one will again increase in the Lenari that you gain, and will also increase like the difficulty of specific monsters and all that kind of stuff, such as the boss raid. The elite will be turning to, I think, nightmare, because I believe the boss raid for us started back in Drake, and then we were merged, or rather were sent back to Nore, and it still remained the same. So even for that Drake, there are a few tricks that you can do. So if you're going to be like a fighter in that realm, that you are able to PvP like the people up above here, then you should be building as PvP, and it really depends again what kind of server you have. So in some cases you can easily do that, or in some cases you can turn to research and construction and still not lose too much. So the main thing about it is the abilities that you have and the bonuses that you're able to get. So if you're not able to play ranks or other events, you're not able to PvP properly, then you have to look very far towards the future. And very far means increasing upgrade research by 15%. There is another one which increases also the building by 10% as well. So by that, you're upgrading your research, you're upgrading your castle, and in such a case, you're going to be stronger quite later into the future over some people who don't have that, or you're at least going to keep up with them in upgrading. So the thing is, if people play events such as, one second, such as Gold Rush, right? So they end up getting like these boxes, and these boxes give like Troop Rush, Building Rush, and I think some are even able to give Tech Rush, but those are like PvP events. And in such a case, they still get quite a few hours to their own accounts that you are able to buy back by your own dragon, which buffs usually they don't have, because again, if they're focusing on like ranks and PvP, their main dragon will be highest level, and the dragon that they have their research on will not be as high as you can see here, or rather it will not be over level 50. So yeah, you can focus on your research and your construction dragon. If you are one, or rather you are not able to participate high in the events, not able to PvP with the top guys, and instead you just look towards the future. So that aside, the other thing that Drake is very good at, there are elite monsters, not in the version of this, but what you will require to do is you have Alana, so you will have to reset her, and I think level her to 45-ish to get this skill level 9, and then you will have to farm the monsters just by having this skill. So if you have her alone, that is the most experience that you can get. But you will also be able to add Yip with the Enlightenment, which will also increase in EXP and also give some EXP to Yip. Now there are also some items in the version of, I think I no longer have it, but it will give you additional experience. So in the case of the video, I will find it. One second. Think it's a staff. Yeah, so it's called the Scholar Stone. So you will have to equip it as well. And in this case, you're going to earn more experience as well. So I think I've shown to quite a few people that I was able to get over 1.5 million experience on my Alana per fight. And as you can see, she needs like 15 million to level up, so that would be like 10 fights, and she would be level 58. So that is an insane amount of experience that you will be able to get. But keep in mind, if you don't have the experience buff, such as like this one, majority of that experience from the elite armies on your map will be wasted towards all heroes who will not have this. So keep in mind, if it's your first Drake or your other Drake, make sure that to kill those monsters only with Alana and perhaps Yip. Now, keep in mind, I don't think that this experience will also be resettable. So, that aside, the Drake is pretty simple, right? So, you're not going to upgrade quite a lot. Yes, the events are giving you more stuff. Aside from that, the Drake, the cities will be giving you more research speed. They will be giving you more construction speed in the version of like 12% instead of 10. And the Imperium will be hard to reach depending which server you're on. So in my server, we have guys which are 12 million and above, and these guys can pretty much one-shot the castle in the center in one hit. If the formation like screws up, the formation missteps or whatever, the entire field gets bodied and they can just send the castle to capital in just one hit. So a variety of things will happen. It really depends on servers, really depends on people and whether or not they want to play with you, or you're just something that they will be farming resources in terms of like equipment or just regular like rare resources or gold from you. So the thing also about it, if you're being sent to capital on a daily basis, you will not be having these building speeds and whatever easily accessible. So in majority of the cases, you will have to capture from the capital, going to a small city, then from the small city to a bigger city, which will be having the 15% research speed. So the people who do not have like these subscriptions, which will increase your building and upgrade queue by 3, and then another subscription which will increase it by 2 more, you will have to move out of the capital like this more often and a lot more than just like the other guys who can queue like 7. So for example, this one, 4 queues have already finished. This one I was requeuing just because I don't have enough words, as this research took like 40 million already. So aside from that, that will be the way that you will be requiring to queue your research, as in you will have to spend about 20-25 minutes to get from the capital to the city with 15 research percentages, and you will have to pray that nobody is going to send you to capital multiple times while you're just queuing. Otherwise, you're just going to lose those percentages and you're not going to benefit from anything. And if your house doesn't control any city, you cannot repair the wall or any of that. So sometimes you will have to wait like 3, 4, or even 5 days for your castle to repair. But aside from that, the only other thing from Drake that you will get different is another artifact, which is called the Ring of Ragnar. So currently I'm using it on Mako as it is a 2-star, and I still use Mako because I am Rakan. So what this does, and the main thing of it, is the 3-star ability which will grant you a Graviton Surge. Now what this is like a Cleo's black hole, which will CC quite a lot of army and sometimes even heroes for I think 5 seconds ish. And then the 4-star increases the duration of it, and at 5-star, after 50 seconds it will be cast again. So having 2 additional black holes is pretty damn good, but it costs a lot of materials. Keep in mind that the Ring of Ragnar majority of the time will be used more for PvP than PvE. Aside from that, there is nothing much else to cover. I've covered majority of the things that players are able to do, majority of the things that can happen. So that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching guys, and stay safe out there.